What's up, America? Alright, so, round 3 of the debate questions. These I might get a little long-winded on. I know I only got 1 minute to throw down my answer. So hopefully I don't go over that. Let's see what happens. These questions come from Bishop Garrison, former Deputy Foreign Policy Advisor for Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. These were also some of my favorite questions to answer. I really like where this guy's head's at. Now, Mr. Garrison is not a member of the X-Men, and I did not create the comic book. Well, that is a very good question. The simplest answer would be to invest heavily in green technologies instead of fossil fuels. That way we can actually begin the process of debugging it and figuring out what's going on, and hopefully we can defeat the Chinese at coming up with new technologies, and then we can boost our own economy through that way. And I'd like to think of it as a friendly rivalry, kind of like the space race between the U.S. and Russia, trying to be the first ones to the moon. I think that we could be the first ones that have a very green economy, if not a totally green economy, and just using everything else to subsidize. No more emissions from government vehicles domestically. I want clean air. Another thing I want to do is I want roadside planters. I want to literally make America green. I want to have foliage along the roadsides and on the huge concrete faces of the overpasses to help absorb the emissions from vehicles. I also want to put solar panels over roadways, because it'll not only absorb light and turn it into energy, but it'll also help reduce the radiant heat that's absorbed by the asphalt. That blacktop produces a lot of heat that just continues to radiate through the night. So, again, less warming. I want solar arrays in the desert. Why don't we have solar farms off in our huge, massive desert? When you drive around out there, there's giant plots of land for sale, and there's just nobody doing anything with it. Let's turn that into energy for the nation. I want to invest heavily in updating the electrical grid. That way it can withstand the intermittent power coming from wind and solar energies. That way we're ready for the green energy revolution. Some of y'all are watching, and you're thinking, what the heck is a PVHI? So photovoltaic, it's like Latin or something. It pretty much translates to light electricity, which is what we know as solar panels, PV panels, or PV cells. So these cells, when they first install them, they clear out all the ground, brush, and whatever else, which is actually a heat mitigator. It reduces the amount of heat in the area, which is why cities have more heat than the countryside. And then the solar panel itself generates heat as it creates electricity, because electricity creates heat. So as the solar panel sits and the sun shines on it and it heats it all up, then in the evenings, these fields of solar panels just trap the heat that's there, and it continues to radiate, actually worsening the effects of radiant and ambient temperatures and heat. Good old-fashioned American ingenuity. So, now that we know that there's a problem, we can find a way to fix it. Whether it be creating cylindrical solar whatever, that way the heat can go away, or putting a little fan underneath it. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm not pretending to be. $20 billion a year subsidizing coal and other dirty energies. If we spent half of that funding local business startups that were creating new and innovative ways to deal with these problems, then we will overcome them. Well, from what I understand about Afghanistan is it's pretty much there's 14 recognized ethical groups and various tribes that are all unique and have their own customs and their own way of life, and foreign powers that want the oil-rich fields or whatever else from the country find it difficult to negotiate with all of the various peoples of Afghanistan. So we're essentially just over there trying to force a centralized government on them that's easy for us to work with. And they don't really like it that much. Instead, I think that what we should do is recognize each of the 14 tribes or ethnic groups or whatever, and each of their own territories as a sovereign state in Afghanistan, and deal with them locally. Maybe, I don't know, just let them work it out. Well, Mr. Garrison, if you've found this video, I hope you don't take the whole X-Men Bishop thing as an insult. I actually mean it as a respect thing, because, I don't know, in my mind, I'm kind of imagining that, 4 more years of Trump, and you're the last guy fighting. Like, Trump can't have his wall, so he creates the Sentinels to keep out, people of color, but then they malfunction, and it's just an apocalypse, and you're the last guy fighting, like, we gotta try and stop this, we gotta go back in time, and vote Cid Pan for president! Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and always share. We're making history. I hope you're part of it.